Welcome back, audience, to the Stellar Twin Voyagers program. Today, I, Nova A239, will once again guide you through the journey of the sibling duo striving to fulfill their colorful dreams. Let us explore the eternal realms and fill our dreams amidst the sea of stars. Get ready to be captivated by the wonders of the universe and stories full of hope that will inspire us all. The sun has risen again from its throne on the eastern horizon, and a new day has begun. Our two young shepherds have also awakened and are ready to start their day. Cosmo, let's go and herd our sheep quickly. Remember, the event starts at 8. We can't delay, Aster said to his younger brother while tidying up their beds. Cosmo nodded, and they both promptly left their room and hurried to the kitchen to meet their father, mother, and grandfather. Good morning, father, mother, grandfather. We're going to fetch water and herd the sheep first, Aster greeted. Father replied to his son, good morning, Aster, Cosmo. I've already fetched the water earlier. Today, you just need to take the sheep out to graze and return promptly. We need to hurry for breakfast and gather with the other villagers to start the celebration. All right, father, thank you for helping us fetch the water first. In that case, we'll go herd the sheep to graze, Aster said, then took Cosmo to the sheep pen. They quickly led their sheep out to the pasture, waited for them to graze, and promptly returned them to their pen. Then they hurried back home. Grandfather, father, mother, we're back, said the two young shepherds as they entered the house. Oh, welcome back. All right, go take a shower, change clothes, and join us at the dining table, mother said. Yes, mother, said Aster, then promptly took his younger brother to their room to get changed and quickly headed to the backyard to clean up before reuniting with grandfather and their parents in the kitchen. We're done cleaning up, mother, the two boys said. Great, I prepared breakfast. Let's eat together, mother said. They all took their seats at the dining table and enjoyed their breakfast heartily. After breakfast, Aster and Cosmo immediately helped their mother clean the dishes and tidy up the dining table, while father and grandfather waited in the front yard chatting. All right, we're done in the kitchen. Mother will go to the room briefly to change clothes. After that, we'll eat together, mother said. Okay, mother, the two boys said, then ran to join their father and grandfather while waiting for their mother. Shortly after, their mother came out. Let's go, I'm ready. We're leaving now, she said while locking the door. They all walked towards the field, which was already filled with villagers. Upon seeing grandfather's arrival, several villagers greeted him. Wow, village elder, good morning. It's an honor to witness the village elder give another speech for this year's celebration. Grandfather smiled and greeted other villagers as he walked. Meanwhile, mother and father walked with their two sons, chatting with their neighbors. At 7:45, grandfather began speaking. All right, happy villagers. This year has again been abundant for all of us with our crops flourishing and harvests plentiful. We must thank Mother Earth for blessing us all. Therefore, today, we gather here again to celebrate our harvest and offer prayers of gratitude to Mother Earth. Without further delay, let us begin the festivities, starting with parading the carts around the entire village. The villagers gave a lively round of applause and the celebration commenced. The women and children walked ahead, while the adult men collaborated in carrying the coffin behind. They sang and expressed their praises and gratitude to Mother Earth. As they walked through the village streets, some teenage girls played small tambourines, accompanying the villagers' songs of gratitude. They continued walking until they reached the altar of Mother Earth at the mountaintop. Then, the adult men carefully placed the coffin in front of the altar to present it to Mother Earth. Grandfather and several other village elders stepped forward and began a prayer followed by the entire village. After the prayer, grandfather, as the head of the village elders, blessed each family present. And thus, the event concluded. Now, they would wait until the afternoon to bring the coffin and Mother Earth statue down the mountain and distribute the harvested crops to all the villagers. They slowly descended the mountain and gathered again at the field. All right, fellow villagers, I am very grateful for your enthusiasm. And now, after completing the morning activities, let's take a short break as it's already midday. Let's gather again at the field after lunch to continue the activities. May Mother Earth always bless us all, grandfather said. Then all the villagers dispersed. Upon reaching home, Mother quickly put on her apron and headed to the kitchen to prepare lunch. Aster and Cosmo also helped her. Father and grandfather were chatting at the dining table. Soon, all the dishes were prepared and they began to enjoy their lunch. After finishing their lunch, father walked to the front yard to relax and enjoy the fresh air. Grandfather continued to relax while sipping a cup of tea, while Aster and Cosmo helped their mother tidy up the dining table and clean the eating utensils. Once they finished, they promptly brushed their teeth and returned to the kitchen. Seeing their grandchildren done helping their mother, grandfather said, "Come here, my grandsons, I will tell you another interesting thing today." Aster and Cosmo happily approached their grandfather. After the two boys sat down, grandfather began to speak. All right, we have talked about many things so far. But it seems grandfather has not discussed how our solar system formed and also how our moon formed. Do you want to hear about it today? Yes, grandpa, responded both grandsons enthusiastically. Good. So today grandfather will explain the theory of solar system formation. Remember, what grandfather explains is just theory, and that means its truth is still debated. Nonetheless, it's a proposal that makes sense. The most widely accepted theory is the solar nebula theory. The formation of the solar system is broadly explained by the solar nebula theory, first proposed by Immanuel Kant and Pierre-Simon Laplace in the 18th century. According to this theory, the solar system formed about 4.6 billion years ago from a giant cloud of gas and interstellar dust called the solar nebula. The beginning of the formation of the solar system started with the condensation and contraction of the solar nebula due to gravitational forces. The gas and dust cloud began to rotate and formed a flat, rapidly rotating disk. In the center of the disk, material then accumulated and formed a protostar, which eventually became the sun. Nuclear fusion processes started when the temperature and pressure in the core of the protostar reached a certain point and the sun began to shine. Dust particles in the disk began colliding and merging to form planetesimals, which later developed into protoplanets. This process is called accretion, and these protoplanets continued to gather material from the surrounding disk and eventually became planets. The strong gravity of the sun influenced the distribution of gas and dust, leading to the formation of various objects in the solar system, including planets, moons, asteroids, and comets. However, this is not the only theory that has been proposed. Although the solar nebula theory is the most widely accepted and supported by scientific evidence, alternative theories have also been proposed throughout history. Grandfather will briefly explain some of those theories. First, there is the planetesimal theory. Proposed by Viktor Safronov in the 1940s, the planetesimal theory suggests that planets formed from the agglomeration, merging, of small planetesimals. Dust particles collided and merged to form larger objects, eventually forming protoplanets and planets. Second, there is the capture theory. This theory proposes that planets and other objects were captured by the sun's gravity from other parts of the galaxy. However, this theory is less supported because it is difficult to explain how the capture process could occur stably without causing major disruptions to the orbits of existing objects. Then there is the tidal theory. Proposed by James Jeans and Harold Jeffreys in the early 20th century, the tidal theory states that the solar system formed from the gravitational interaction between the young sun and nearby passing stars. The tidal forces from passing stars pulled material from the sun, which then formed planets. This theory is less accepted because it does not align with the observed mass distribution and orbits of planets. Fourth, binary hypothesis theory. This theory suggests that the early solar system originally had two stars. One star exploded as a supernova, and the remnants of this explosion formed the planets. However, this theory is also not well supported due to the lack of evidence. Next, molecular cloud theory. This theory is an extension of the solar nebula theory and suggests that the solar system formed from the collapse of large molecular cloud fragments. These molecular clouds consisted of gas and dust with higher densities than typical nebulae, and the collapse of parts of these clouds resulted in the formation of star systems and planets. Then there's the core accretion and conglomeration theory. Variations of this theory suggest that solid cores formed first through the accumulation of solid material, which then attracted surrounding gas and dust through gravity, forming planets. Although various theories have been proposed, the solar nebula theory remains the most accepted due to various pieces of evidence. First, from exoplanet observations. Protoplanetary disk formation is observed around young stars in other galaxies. Second, from planet composition. The distribution of heavy and light elements in planets matches the predictions of the nebula theory. Third, from computer models. Computer simulations show that gas and dust disks can form structures consistent with the solar system. However, the truth of these theories continues to be evaluated, and in the future, we may have other theories that can better explain the formation of the solar system. Next, Grandfather will explain the theories of moon formation, which also have various proposals. But let Grandfather have a sip of tea first. Grandfather is a bit thirsty. Grandfather took a sip of tea, took a short breath, then continued, "All right, let's continue, shall we?" The formation of the moon has been an intensively researched topic, and there are several main theories that attempt to explain how the moon formed. First, there's the fission theory. This theory proposes that the moon formed from some of the Earth's material that escaped due to Earth's rapid rotation. In this scenario, most of the escaped material came from the Earth's mantle. However, there is not enough evidence supporting that the Earth ever rotated that fast. This theory also fails to explain the dynamics of the moon's orbit well. Second, there's the capture theory. According to this theory, the moon formed elsewhere in the solar system and was then captured by Earth's gravity. Unfortunately, such a capture process is highly unlikely without a mechanism to significantly slow down the moon so it could be captured by Earth's gravity. The similar composition of the moon and Earth also poses a challenge to this theory because if the moon formed elsewhere, its composition should differ. Third, there's the company formation theory. This theory states that the moon and Earth formed simultaneously from the same protoplanetary nebula. In this scenario, the material around Earth also formed the moon. However, this theory struggles to explain the differences in density and core composition between the Earth and moon. Fourth, there's the giant impact hypothesis. This is the most widely accepted theory today, proposing that the moon formed as a result of a collision between early Earth and a Mars-sized object called Theia about 4.5 billion years ago. This collision ejected a large amount of material from Earth's mantle and Theia into Earth's orbit, which later coalesced to form the moon. This theory is considered to explain well the isotopic similarities between Earth and moon, as well as the relatively large mass of the moon compared to Earth. However, there are still uncertainties regarding the details of the impact and the precise composition of Theia. The moon itself shares several similarities with Earth, my grandchildren. First, in terms of isotopic composition. Isotopic analysis of moon rocks and Earth indicates very close similarities, especially in oxygen isotopes, which are nearly identical. This similarity supports the theory that moon material originated from the Earth's mantle or from material similar to Earth. Second, in terms of constituent materials. Rocks collected from the moon show composition similar to rocks from Earth's mantle. This suggests that the moon and Earth share the same origin of material, or the moon's material originated from outside the Earth. Third, in terms of density and structure. The moon has a lower density than Earth, indicating it has a smaller metal core or less metallic material. This is consistent with the giant impact theory where outer material from Earth which is less metallic was ejected and formed the moon. Yes, we cannot be certain which theory is correct. However, among the various theories proposed, the giant impact hypothesis is currently the most accepted because it can explain many important features of the moon, including the isotopic composition similarity with Earth and other physical properties. The similarities between Earth and moon, such as isotopic composition and constituent materials, support the idea that the moon formed from Earth's material itself, likely due to a large impact that occurred early in the history of the solar system. Next, Grandfather wants to explain a little about why the moon sometimes appears with slightly different colors. Variations in the moon's color, especially during full moons, can be caused by several factors, including Earth's atmosphere, the moon's position in the sky, and weather conditions. Firstly, there's the red moon or blood moon. During a total lunar eclipse, the moon passes through Earth's shadow and turns red. This happens because Earth's atmosphere bends sunlight and filters out shorter wavelengths blue, allowing longer wavelengths red to reach the moon's surface. Particles in the atmosphere like dust, smoke, and pollution can also make the moon appear red or orange because these particles scatter blue and green light more effectively than red. Secondly, there's the yellow or golden moon. The moon often appears yellowish when near the horizon. This is due to the longer path that light must travel through Earth's atmosphere, which filters out more blue and green light, leaving yellow, orange, or red hues. High humidity, haze, or dust particles in the atmosphere can cause the moon to appear more yellow or golden. Then, there's the blue moon. A blue moon doesn't actually refer to its color but rather to the rare event where there are two full moons in one calendar month. However, under very rare atmospheric conditions, such as after a large volcanic eruption, dust and other particles in the atmosphere can make the moon appear blue or bluish-green. Next, there's the white or silver moon. On nights with clear atmospheres and the moon high in the sky, its light appears white or silver. This is the most commonly observed color of the moon at night. We also know about the supermoon. This occurs when the moon appears larger and brighter when it's at perigee, the closest point in its orbit to Earth. This makes the moon appear larger than usual and is often referred to as a supermoon. Grandfather will talk about the supermoon tomorrow, yes. Well, maybe for today, let's leave it at that. Grandfather needs to rest for a bit to get ready for the afternoon event. Both grandchildren nodded, then Aster said, "Wow, our universe, even our own solar system, is full of mysteries, isn't it, Grandpa?" "Right, I'll definitely find out the answers to these mysterious things when I grow up." "I'll help you, big bro," Cosmo said enthusiastically. Grandfather laughed seeing his two very ambitious grandchildren. "Ha ha ha, all right, whatever it is, you must remember to always be diligent, disciplined, and never give up. Those are the qualities you must have if you want to become great people. Okay, Grandpa will go rest in the room for a bit now." Then grandfather left his seat and walked towards his room. Thank you so much, Grandpa. When we grow up, we'll surely make you proud, said Cosmo. Grandfather smiled, and the two grandchildren continued their small conversation. Thus concludes today's episode of the Stellar Twin Voyagers. Fun, isn't it? Would you also like to hear another amazing story from our young shepherd adventurers carving their little dreams amidst the pearl oceans of the night sky? Therefore, stay with us in this program, and we'll meet again in the next episode. In short, I'm Nova A239, very happy to share stories with you today. Until next time.